discuss about is in-laws. Where do they stop?
Look for a house. My dear, we moved Nigeria. We moved Chihuahua. The guy tells you, you get a house for 500. And then the guy is not telling you that I want handle 500. The house is beautiful, but and then he's not giving you like that. Like he's not telling you that I cannot afford. Yeah?
If I wrote you a symphony just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do if I told you you were beautiful?
So ladies, what is the weirdest comment that your husband has ever given you? For example, you have gone for a bridal shower, baby shower, no rayo, and you find him at home. What is the weirdest comment that your husband has ever given me? For me, mine was, I went for a kwanjula n'endwayo. Nangamba gwa badde senga w'ensonga. Nga mulwawo mu luboozi.
Mu bridal shower, some things are not practical, baby. More get up and like, bridal shower. More get up eating, some things are not
practical.
So he can tell you, sure, honey, this time, regarding the distance, really? Are you for instead of saying that, are you serious? He always tells me, are you for chizo?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I don't steal it so much.
Anyway, party animal.
In today's topic, we are going to talk about things that you need to talk about with your future husband, with your future person before you settle in for marriage. There are so many things that you need to know, or you need to let your spouse know before you settle down. In this video, we are going to be discussing that. Do not forget to follow us on YouTube, Wise Rising Podcast, Uganda, on Instagram, and on TikTok. We will be very happy to see you. Come and let's experience marriage together. Let's walk this marriage journey together. I am Barbara Emiru.
Sandra Banga.
Karim Yime.
Which is Chimpi.
Marriage is not a straight line, but every day we strive to make it straight. Yes, ladies, my beautiful ladies, what are some of the topics that you discussed when you're getting married? Or the topics right now that you think are important that these people who are watching us need to discuss before you get married?
Me, I'll go first.
Go fast.
What are your expectations about me? Like, what do you expect out? Like, what do you want me to do? As a wife, what do you expect from me?
Oh, wow.
What do you expect from me? Because when you reach marriage, some of us who are silent burners, you burn with your things. The man is not doing what you want him to do, and then you can't tell him, and when you tell him, it's too late. So discuss while you're dating, you know, honey, or mommy, the husband to be, what does your wife expect you? As we get married, like me, I expected my husband to, like, I wanted someone who loves me like when my father did. Of course, that is a very high issue, but okay, with my father. But what I'm saying is,
With her father.
there are some expectations that we like. You want from your spouse specifically. Do you want them to be providing? Like,
yes.
It's really personal. You're not saying that this is what as a wife. What do you want your wife like? I feel like I need my wife to be making my breakfast, not any other person. I feel like I want my wife to be hands-on with the children, not any other person. And then you find a way of navigating that if it's really feasible or not. But your expectations from each other as you're getting married, what are your expectations from a wife?
Oh, that is deep. Personally, we didn't discuss that. Your expectations.
Yeah, that's so deep, especially for a young couple.
It can be helpful, by the way.
It can be very, very helpful. It can save you a lot of headache and heartache when you see that. I hope my husband has to do this. I thought my wife has to wash my boxers. I thought my wife has to wash my vest. I thought she has to do this.
Darwin, what?
You're scary, guys.
No,
already there.
but it's the truth.
You're already there.
We're talking about boxers. There are men. Me personally, I don't have a problem with washing boxers. But there are ladies who will say, me, I do not. Doesn't he have hands? Even simple things like
You talk
boxers.
about that in the courtship.
Expectations. I think it's a good thing to talk about it.
Expectations come from what someone is longing for as a person, or what they have grown up seeing in their families. And you see how we are surprised even mentioning it. That is how very like it's hidden, like it's not something that
Yes,
someone can talk about in courtship. And yet when you reach marriage, it is something that is very vital. Have you, like, I don't know, maybe you guys have not, you know, you're people who, when something comes in your mouth, you speak it immediately. Me, something can happen, I'm like, I thought my husband should do this. Then by the time I tell him to discuss about it, it's even 6 months, it's even a year.
I talk there and then. Honey, taulo jail.
I'm silent, but I'm not at that extent. 6 months, goodness.
I'm not thinking about it. I'm like, I put it on a shelf and like for some time.
Anyway, you're right, Beatrice. The expectations. Me, what I would encourage young couples to talk about, as we did not talk about it, I will not.
Yeah.
But it is very important to talk about where you go to church as a couple.
Yeah, where you fellowship.
Yeah, where you go to fellowship from with your children. It is very important. As people did not talk about it, it is okay. God covered us, but you, this generation, Christian couples, consider which church are you going to, because there are couples that do date another person from another church. So you must talk about, are you joining your husband?
I think even
Or the husband is joining the wife.
when you're getting married from.
Yes.
Because maybe my husband was from Watoto and from Akure for gospel. So he considered you're in ministry, okay, let us go.
Yes.
But there are men who will not allow that. They'll be like,
This generation, I would encourage so much, because don't just drop out your ministry because you're getting married. But
talk about
it.
it.
Think about it, pray about it, because you will go there and be bored. I left the worship team yet. Was growing, the anointing was there. People, you know, you had your friends. So talk about it critically. Me, I would advise young couples to talk about which church to go to.
Having something is burning me.
True.
The thing of, is the wife going to work or not?
Aye.
But Beatrice,
But we
for example, at another situations, he finds you working, he allows you to work. Now you reach in the middle, you've given birth, the maids are disturbing you like, the maids are disturbing you, and he tells you, baby girl, settle
And take care of the
kids.
Auntie, that is where I'm saying, you see, now you've brought a very good highlight for someone who's not married. You've given them a case study just in case we get married. We find ourselves, we don't have children.
That is a very
because there are some people, some women, you will not tell to stay home because
Even if they're
even if they have things, they'll be like, I'm not. And then it's a point of contention in marriage, pulling ropes and arguing.
yes.
But and yet, if you are discussed about it,
It will.
you find out around
Okay,
How about what
even discussing about it, you guys, things change. Things change. You might discuss that, okay, me, like, I will say, like, my husband, he cannot stop me from working because he really loves me to work. He wants me to add on something to build my career. So, but there are things that can come in, like how Bob said, you have children. Like some of us, we haven't spaced our children. You have a 1-year-old, you have a month baby, and then maids are disturbing you, and maybe your relatives are far from where you're staying. You cannot drive the kids morning and evening. My dear, even when your husband doesn't tell you that you stay, you just use common sense, and you're like, let me just give.
for that.
Yeah, you give your.
You see, that is what they call when all matters remain constant. But we are talking about the extreme where you reach there and the husband had kept it on the back of his mind.
By the way, men can be like some people can be like that.
I'll stop her from working.
They are stopping you to get married, to work.
What next?
What next?
Yeah, by the way, it is important to talk about
it's
it.
important to talk about it.
Because when you talk about, like, when situations change, situations will definitely change in marriage, and you'll have to, use common
you
sense.
have to strike back.
But also at the same time, there are women who, like, for example, I want a rich man. I want a rich man. I will not work. I'll stay home and watch Kim Kardashian. Now you reach in the marriage, the season is there. You're not working. Like, there's no money. You have an opportunity to work because you have papers, but you're at home seated. You're not using your common sense. Discuss about whether to work or not. Sandra.
Me, one of the things we discussed, we did not talk a lot, but I remember one key thing that I went into when I was looking for a life partner, we had these family friends we grew up with, and they were sicklers. The couple had sickle, so actually they had to depart ways. The lady had to go out to outside countries, and the man had to remarry because they had 7 children who were sicklers, and they all died, and only 2 remained.
But they were also sicklers?
Yes, they're also sicklers. But I was like, okay, when I go into marriage, this was really important because these were close friends of ours, and it hit us a lot to see them different ways. So me, one of the things I discussed with my husband was health issue. Do you have sickle cells in your family? Do you have heart issues in your family? Like if sickle cells are there, like you prepare yourself.
Also, you can know if you're carrier.
Yes, if you're carrier. Actually, even we did that testing before even we visited the parents. We did the testing to see whether both of us are carriers or one of us is sicklers. Because when I brought the topic, I was like, why are you bringing the topic? For him, he couldn't think of someone asking such a thing in a dating time. I was like at the age I was at.
You had the experience.
Yes, I had my experience, and I never wanted to go into such. So I asked about the health issue. That's
very important.
So health issue, yes, health issue is really important because we have seen couples fighting. Actually, I also have another live example. Still, there were sicklers. These people also had to fight. Like, we do not have sickle cells in our family. Even the man is saying we don't have sickle cells. The woman, we do not have sickle cells. And then in the end, when they both went to test, they were both carriers.
But then I don't know how long that was ago, because these days it's one of the mandatory.
Yes.
Even in church.
Yeah.
But also you people, like if you're already in the process.
In our days it wasn't.
But now,
yes,
now
yes.
it is mandatory. Yeah.
Now what if you're already dating and we find out that we are carriers?
Then the decision is in your hands. Actually, this other couple, they are still together. They are still together because they came from high school. It was a high school couple. They're like, though we are carriers, that
still goes to HIV.
No, they have children. They have children, and God has blessed them. Actually, they haven't lost any. Yeah, the firstborn is at campus. The lastborn is in P4, P5. Yeah, but 3 of the kids are sicklers, and the 2 are carriers as well.
So by the way, testing is important. That goes to HIV and all other health-related issues.
Yeah. There's this close friend of ours, and we've been talking about health issues. This person did not tell their husband that they had a heart problem. Some of us have real serious health issues, and you don't get to talk about them during dating. And then when you go into marriage, it's a shock to your spouse. It's a very big shock. Because these people, I was saying that it was a match made from heaven. Like, broke this person a lot, the extent that the guy went and bought another woman from outside. Because the health issue was so serious.
And she knew it all along.
How did the man find out? The woman, when they were operating, how she was giving birth, that's when it showed up, because they gave birth from the US. And so what happened is these people from the US, as she was in coma, they realized it after being scanned, they found out that she had a heart problem. So you know how people are, they come to your husband and think that your husband knows about it. So imagine coming home with a newborn, but there's no love, there's no laughter because someone is like, because the doctors knew, you know the conditions which you know this one, someone can't just get it when they're old, it's something.
You knew it all along.
And someone feels really betrayed, because someone feels like, I wouldn't have gone with maybe a sick life, I knew that you were sick, or I wouldn't have gone with a person with a heart failure. Some people, maybe you know very well you are aborted and they removed your uterus, but you're keeping quiet. Reaching marriage, there is no child, and then someone finds out, was this same then they are scanning you, they find you don't have a uterus, and then anyway, a lot of things, health issues, and
need
things
to
that you need to talk about.
Wow. I just wanted to comment on the health issue. Yeah, it is very important to disclose. Yeah, sometimes it is like someone is judging you or what, but those serious diseases need to be talked about, so that you prepare someone's heart.
Also what we need to discuss about is in-laws. Where do they stop?
How far?
Do we want our in-laws in or not? If they have come, are you going to protect me? Because there are some in-laws who have kajanja, as if we married you. I'm telling you, as if we married you. I come, I give you a room to sleep, notandiko kumanyiro. Did I marry?
Maybe another thing, the in-laws, it is very important because if you don't talk about it, maybe they'll come even spend like months. Maybe another thing is the finance issue, the finances. Be open. Don't talk with your money. I don't know how much you earn. We enter into a marriage, but couples don't know how much your boyfriend earns. That's why we write big budgets.
Exactly.
We are dating, rich dudes. No, you're not sensitive. But
I don't know.
I don't know how much you want.
I asked for a Brazilian of 700, which is your salary.
Yes. So I think it is very important also for couples to talk about the money things. Yes, how much I earn 500 and I work in this place. And you know how much I earn 700. So we have how much? 1.2. After marriage,
You
we
bring
have
it together.
1.2
Yes.
on our table.
So that you look for a house to rent.
To rent.
Now
So
you know.
when you ask me, Sippy, we need to rent out the house. When I call my people, they'll take me to places 700 because I don't know how much you earn.
No, actually, that is really, really, really key. It
So
is
the
really
money
important.
issue,
When you talked about those renting out, because we know most young couples, they have it yet built. But when it comes to finances, actually, I was with a friend, we just left campus. And then the boyfriend told her, look for a house. And then this boyfriend, first we're a little bit young, and then this guy, he has been working for some time. I know when someone takes you out and then they say, order what you want, you think that those guys have money.
You can
You
rent
eat
an
and
apartment
everything.
of 1.5.
My dear, we moved Nigeria. We moved Chihuahua. The guy tells you, will you get a house for 500? And then the guy is not telling you that. I want to handle 500. I want to handle 700. The house is beautiful, but and then he's not giving you like he's not telling you that I cannot afford.
I cannot afford the house of 700.
Yes, like
because we are not.
remember 700 10 years back. It was really
A lot.
It was a lot.
Even
Yes.
today,
It was really a
even
lot.
today, even today.
But we moved looking for houses, and the thing was, the guy was actually earning 600,000, but he wasn't telling us like how much he's earning, and then.
And for in Nigeria,
And then-
in apartments of 1.2.
You know, and for you as a young girl who has just left campus, and you know Nigeria, Chihuahua was trending those days.
those
Even you see
days.
when now they are still trending.
Yeah,
Like
because
you
the
want,
apartments are there.
yes,
right?
like you want to stay there. But actually, eventually they had to break up. Good enough they weren't married, but the issue was finances.
And poor
because
communication.
You don't know the person, you're getting expensive things, thinking your boyfriend.
And then you're wasting your money paying the brokers.
Yes.
Because he told you to look for a house.
Yes, then you're like, since he's going to pay the rent, let me pay the brokers.
Yeah, couples talk about the money issue. How much do you earn and where do you work? What is your position? Don't listen to me like, you're a manager, smile, your position is just there, be honest.
Yeah,
and,
be honest.
By the you don't need it.
Even if you don't work, tell the woman I'm not working at the moment.
As well,
But
not like
I'm looking
us.
for a job.
We married a long time ago, like years back.
Decades.
It's a decade.
No one deceived us. These guys never had anything, but we loved them. And here we are.
Yeah.
So, and this generation, I don't know why you fidget around the money
Yeah.
issue. Don't fidget. Actually, don't even. We talked about in our previous video the negotiables and the non-what?
Negotiables.
Don't negotiate. Speak the truth. If it is 600,
Let it go.
get your house of 150. What are you paying? Get a
Yeah,
house of 70K. Yes, 700 with transport, with what? If it is your net, even the house of 200 is expensive.
Yeah, so the other point is, what I want to talk about is, some people, we get married as if we are, they are chasing us. You know that feel like, like you just want to enter marriage, have sex, have children, have the, the kind of home you see, but marriage is beyond that. And after entering there, that is when you know that it's beyond that. So one of the things I've found out to be very vital is, I learned this a couple of years ago, where there's a reason, there should be a greater reason to why you're getting married.
True.
Not beyond this girl is beautiful, this man is
Yeah.
handsome, they will make great love, they will make beautiful children. Those are really surface. As Christians, we know it for sure that God brings two people together for a purpose.
Mm.
A purpose. And this is something that has not been well preached. It has not been well, put into the youth's heads, the people who are searching, to know that as I'm searching for someone, I need to get someone who is aligning with my purpose. And so if we sit together, we are at Cafe Javas, we are taking coffee, planning on getting married, this is something you need to talk about before even you enter marriage. Ministry-wise, what do you think? How are we going to serve God together? Because serving God together holds a marriage so greatly. Okay? Or sometimes you may not, or supporting one another. You may be in a long marriage, kind of thing where your wife is a worshiper, your wife is a pastor, but for you are abroad. And how are you going to support each other to grow in purpose? And your wife's purpose has to be aligned in your purpose. Because if it doesn't...
Now what if I didn't get married to my husband when he was a pastor? And 10 years down the marriage, he picks up being a pastor. I am not ready to be a pastor's wife.
Because he has been now, let me tell you, he has
been called. But for me, I'm not ready to be a pastor's wife. I'm not in your calling.
It's not about.
I'm not in your calling.
He has been called, so you want to divorce.
Let me ask him. Okay, you married him, not the executive director of KCCA. They've given him to be the ED of KCCA. I had you run away.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a good reply.
This is so true. Like what you're saying is really the truth. Most of us fear being pastors' wives. But beyond that, there are a lot of things that come up in marriage. There are a lot of things you can do beyond being a pastor. Someone tells you, out of the blue, you were dating, you didn't know that this person is interested in missionary work. Like he's never going to be
home. You find them always in Mulago.
Oh, Mulago?
Upcountry.
Like this.
Evangelist.
So as you're talking about, the thing, you're getting married. Talk about it, what is our purpose? And if all their purposes are scattered, how do you align them to come to unity? Like, okay, I know you're a drummer, I am a missionary, so how are we going to make this work? So that it can be unified, because in marriage it will disturb you so much, so much. Everyone feels like, no, I'm called to be a pastor, I'm not called to be a pastor's wife. So it's a matter of contention. Talk about it even like you said, I'm in ministry, but one day if my church asks me that I'm to be a pastor, what do you say?
You mentioned something and I think you didn't bring it out very well.
Like
for example, I don't know my purpose. We don't know our purpose at the moment.
At the moment?
Yes.
Both of you?
Yes.
You prefer to go to us to give you your purpose?
No, when you're young, sometimes we don't find
there's
purpose.
Purpose can find you, but
purpose finds actually most couples purpose
okay, now we can break it down, because purpose is the bigger picture. You can bring it down to ministry, like the simple ministries you're
things they're doing.
How are you going to serve together as a family?
That is true.
As a family, because we've seen it that if couples are not serving as families, like baby aweleza bibye, no man aweleza bibye, with time we're going to break.
Yes. Because the other church is so busy. This one is so busy. Ministry. Another one there, what?
Yeah, and every church has its own program.
Yes.
And their churches are so busy.
Their churches are so busy.
Very busy when ministers come back at 10.
Yeah. Because like you're relating it to
you're right.
What time they are going to be giving to you. Yeah, it comes down to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Not
so like this generation, especially when they're in ministry, Beatrice, you're very true. Let them talk about their purpose. Because already people get married when this one is the worship team leader, but another one is the events chairperson. Already they already
you know that calling when you're like
already they are there.
And also like I'm going to just not disagree but differ a little. There are some people who get married when they know their purpose.
Yes.
So
there are those who already know their purpose. I've seen it is now a thing where if you talk to a girl and you see they are not aligning with your purpose, don't waste your time. Because someone is telling you, this is what I really love children. I love taking care of orphans. Orphans, like someone is like, I don't like orphans.
I don't like kids.
Yeah, I don't like kids. Kids when they cry, things like that.
So you see.
But sometimes again, we learn. Sometimes we learn. There's that learning curve.
Yeah.
And, but either way, even
to be a pastor's wife, your husband is called, is ordained, and you align yourself.
Also, where there is
You
love.
jump into like being also.
It's a process.
and
Actually,
you
it
give
takes
yourself
you give yourself time.
Because I've seen couples.
Mm.
The wife, she was not a pastor, but the husband was a pastor.
Mm.
And she was there actually for 14 years.
I'm a live example. Rachogenda wala.
And she was not into the husband.
She was thinking about you.
She's serving. But even another pastor, that pastor was a senior pastor of a church.
Mm.
But the wife used to come sit at the back.
Mm.
After, she will go home like any other person. Now, Linda,
Welcome back.
I'm not a pastor.
Yeah, but
I'm not a minister.
It is true.
But right
She's
now,
yeah.
she's so grounded in ministry. After 14 years.
Where there is love, sometimes love will go on. When you love
When you
someone,
love someone, you support.
Your
Yeah.
power is the spirit of God.
Yeah, even the spirit of God.
Yes.
Yes.
and also you want to make the other person happy.
Happy. Yeah.
Like,
Bottom
why-
line, it comes from
Yeah,
love.
just
and
do this,
especially
yeah.
that's why last time in our video we talked about a God-fearing person.
Mm.
Align yourself with that person, because a God-fearing person somehow, somewhere, even if your husband is ordained and called, you will relax on it.
Mm.
You will not feel bad like this, like you ordained and be like, oh, this is not what I prayed for. There's a way you relax him and be like, God, take control and also follow.
Yeah.
And the Spirit of the Lord will help you to follow, even if it's after 5 years. Yes. So that is also very, very important to talk about.
There are so many things that we need to know, or you need to let your spouse know before you settle down. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.